Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're doing a bit of a walk, maybe a little bit of photography, just getting out there at the moment, and we're at a place near Chepstow down in Monmouthshire and kind of following the Wye Valley Trail, which as you probably guess goes all the way through the Wye Valley, but doing a slightly shorter walk today, hopefully about 6 miles. Because obviously we are in lockdown at the moment, but I thought I'd do a little bit of video for you, because being in lockdown, I think it's still quite important to actually get out, obviously under the conditions and rules that the government set us. So at the moment, exercise I think is still quite important, and really I guess sort of going forward, photography as well, because for me it's a mental thing. Getting out, getting some fresh air, going for a walk, it's good for your mental health. And the same with photography really, good for your mental health getting out there. But we can't always, I guess, come up with ideas of where to go for a walk, what to do. So I thought I'd share a few things in this video with you of what I do. And kind of sort of show you where we're going on the walk. Now, I haven't brought my big camera, because today isn't really about taking my time with photos and doing that. If I want to do that, I'll come back, I'll visit specific locations. This is more of a, I guess, what you do with a photo walk. And yeah, we've got some viewpoints along here, we've got some historic buildings, got some great woodlands. It's spring at the moment, beautiful sunny day, so flowers are out, nature's out. So yeah, it should be really good, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Can I just say as well to all the new subscribers on YouTube, thank you very much. For some reason my channel has just grown. It's kind of doubled in the last 4 months. Some of that is probably to do with the ballooning videos, which I hope to do more of. But obviously at the moment all the ballooning events are kind of on hold or been cancelled. So, but hopefully more of those to come, more photography videos to come. But again, I didn't really want to do too much photography videos. I'm just going to spin around so you can have a look. Beautiful field behind me. It's got lots of sort of buttercups and all that kind of stuff in it. So yeah, beautiful area. But yeah, we've got more videos to come. So if you're not following me on YouTube, go and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, it's free, and it really helps my channel. And obviously, like the video, click on like. Don't forget to share as well. Looks like the bluebells are really kind of over at the moment. Let's see if we can have a look at these. I say over. So yeah, definitely going to come back here with the big camera, get some bluebells done when we're allowed to come out and have a bit more time, hopefully in time to capture it all. But yeah, today's really more about walking down these steps without falling, but also it's just, getting out, getting some exercise, helping with mental health. And the one camera I do have with me, which, because you always carry a camera, is the phone. And that's really what I'm going to use today to take some photographs if I do. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a drop down here now into the Wye Valley. So there's a viewpoint here in a second, so we'll be able to see that. But yeah, today is really about exploring, finding locations that I can use for photography in the future, so I can come back here and spend more time here, because I don't want to be out too long. Probably shouldn't be out for more than an hour or so walking. But there we go. Some beautiful views here across the Wye Valley. There's the River Wye down there. It's kind of going out at the moment, the tide, I guess. And over in the distance, a bit murky today, the sun. But we've got Chepstow Castle lurking out in the mist there a little bit. And behind that, can't really see it, is the old Sevens crossing. Of course, the great thing about phone photography is it's quick and easy, and modern phones now, if you've got a modern smartphone, they have quite a lot of control on them. So at the moment, when I'm doing the macro photography like the bluebells, I'm just setting the priority to aperture, getting a really low aperture, and that gives me that background out of focus then. So I encourage you all to have a look at your phone, have a look at the manual settings, or even the semi-automatic settings, have a play with them, see what they can do for you. Now, if you're like me and you struggle a little bit to find locations that you can go for a walk on or take photographs, it can be a struggle, and sometimes you need that motivation to actually get out and take some photos, get out, go for a walk. So I want to share with you a couple of my tips, if you like, and what I do to find new locations, to find new walks, places I've never been to, places that might be interesting. So, tip number one, online. There is such a great resource now out there of information about walks, places, locations. My first port of call was actually to have a look at the local sort of tourist information. So I went to visit Monmouthshire. From there I found a whole section to do with walking, and on there they list everything from short walks to long distance walks, so anything from a mile to 20, 30, 150, whatever. So they're all listed on there, they all give you the information, and that's how I found about this particular walk, because I didn't know it existed. I didn't know if it was a round route, I didn't know how far it was, how long it was, I didn't know that kind of information I want to know. So yeah, online, really good resource. I'll put some links down in the YouTube channel, so if you want to go follow them, you can. Number two, Ordnance Survey. In the UK we have Ordnance Survey, who do all of our mapping, and they just have an incredible resource. So I use the Ordnance Survey app. I also use Ordnance Survey maps to have a look at areas, but on the app you can actually search for walks. So people who've done walks will have uploaded their walks. You can tell from that how long the walk is, what kind of terrain it is, whether there's hills, how long it's going to take you, all the relevant information you actually need. So yeah, definitely recommend that resource. If you know of other resources on apps and things like that, it can help you with it. Obviously put down in the comments. We'd love to get your feedback on what you feel is a good resource. This is a really strange location that I've stopped in, because you see behind me, I've just come up that path from behind and it's all railinged off. In fact, it is a platform, but you can see behind me not much of a view. This would have been once upon a time a really nice view, but sadly it's now trees have all grown around it and you can't really see anything, and you know, it's just nature taking over, I guess. But yeah, 200-300 years ago it would have been really nice up here. There's a beautiful tree here. It's probably been around a lot longer than we ever have. And it's not dead yet. Still got some new growth on it, but great opportunity for photographs. So I think I'll spend a couple of minutes here just taking some. This inside's amazing. Beautiful colours, textures, abstracts, and possibly something up there, fungi, is it? Yeah, really cool. So according to Ordnance Survey, we're actually on a hill fort right now. But when you have a look around here, it doesn't really look like one, except you can see where we've come through here, slightly raised, and the same here, it kind of drops down afterwards. So all of this is a hill fort. But yeah, the woods have now completely taken it over to what it would have been like all those times ago. And also, through here, which is where we're heading, we should now go and find a grotto, because that's also listed on there as being up in this location, but that's a much newer addition. For me, it's not really much of a grotto. I've seen definitely better grottos, but it's interesting to say the least. There is a plaque here, but unfortunately, like most things, it's got vandalised, but that gives you some information, so just pause the video if you want to have a read of that. Nonetheless, it's a bit of a history, and it's nice and cool in here, which is quite nice on a sunny day. But yeah, it's kind of a hole, I don't know. It's been built on a hill fort, and I guess the view would have been absolutely fantastic once upon a time, but as we can see now, as with most of the views on here, they're kind of not there anymore. I guess you can get higher and look. So I'm at a location which is called Double View, and I guess it's because behind me there is a view down to the River Wye, which is kind of hidden by trees at the moment, and then when you spin around you've actually got a really nice view of the estate. Again, if the trees weren't here, it would be looking right across the estate there, so it would have been a really nice view. But nonetheless, it's a lovely place to stop. Again, it's nice and sheltered. There's some big trees, interesting sort of areas to take sort of photographs of. It's just a shame you can't really see the Wye that well. You get little glimpses of it through the trees, so not really very good for photographs, but it's quite nice to look at. There seems to be a sort of upper lake to it, which I can see waterfalls and things like that, but yeah, it's nice because again you spin around and you've got completely different sorts of views and interesting things to take photographs of. Nice places to go through, bits of sort of dead tree and things like that. Sometimes you come across really interesting trees like this, but very contrasty. So quite difficult to photograph, especially on a phone, but if you've got a HDR feature, this might be a good point to actually bring that feature out, because then we can get the detail in the bright areas and the shadow areas, and hopefully balance the whole image out without it looking too overdone. The path's opened up a little bit now, and what I'm hoping to do, I'm looking out for, is some stones. One of the, I guess, good things about doing your research beforehand and checking where you're walking and what you're doing is planning, working out what's around you. So on this route, it's actually quite an ancient site because there are Druid stones. Now Wales, quite famous for having a lot of Druids, I guess. It's Celtic heritage, but yeah, hopefully I can find them. So this is a standing stone in the path, and yes, there's more stones around it. So we've got one here on the left, and we've got the one in the path, and there's one behind it. So this was an amphitheatre, which was a, in fact there's more stones up there I can see. So there's a natural amphitheatre, more stones hidden under here, that was used by the Druids as one of their temples. So it just goes to show research is good, because then you can, you know, you'd know about this. Otherwise it was just a stone that we would have passed and maybe not given much thought about. But given that this is very, very, very old, very ancient, I guess if I find out how old it is, I'll put it up in the video, but it's going back quite a while. So I guess, I don't know, it's kind of eerie to think what might have gone on here. Put down in the comments, what do you think went on here? Druids temples. Can you imagine lots of people sitting around watching in the middle here, something going on, overlooking the Wye Valley. These trees wouldn't have been there, so it would have been all open up. Quite a special place. Hopefully coming down to somewhere where there is a little bit of a viewpoint, but, and there is, doesn't it look beautiful out there? So the river itself is down here, it's quite low in the mud, and up above there seems to be marshes or floodplains, and then you can see all the way down the Wye Valley. Beautiful location, and up towards Chepstow, and then right on the top, sneak a look into someone's house. But ta-da! There's a cave. This is the Giant's Cave, so yeah, and we're going to go through it by the looks of it. That's interesting. It's got a little bit of a entrance coming out the other side, so that's really cool. There's some info about it here. You want to pause and read all that, you can do. And it's not even natural, it's actually man-made. Hopefully you guys can see in here. I can't, but yeah, the rock in here is actually all being carved out, all being created, but it does look very natural. It's kind of cool. I like it in here. This is nice. And then we got the exit out again, where I've got to duck down a little bit, and the path continues. Cool. Nice to sit down for 2 minutes. I think I've got a bit of a climb ahead of me now. We've come down quite a way, and then behind me over here there's a series of steps, and I think that leads back up the top of the Wye Valley. So bought myself a few snacks, have a quick snack, quick drink, and on we go. So I've reached the uppermost part of my journey for today. This is Lower Wyncliffe, and you can see the Wye Valley down there, but actually we've walked all the way along the top of those trees. We'll probably come over this way a little bit and see a bit more. Yeah, so we've kind of gone up there, but we've gone down and up and down through those woods, so quite a trek. But this is effectively, they used to moor boats down the bottom here back before there was actually a road in this area, and there's a house up in this direction called Mossy Cottage, and they used to walk up here to come and get their teas. But this is going to be the end of our little jaunt coming up here, because you can go further. There's the Eagle's Nest up there you can go up to, but I think that's a trip for another day. I don't want to sort of be out here all day doing walking when I shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm going to head back along the road a little bit, and then going to rejoin into the woods and hopefully come back down where the cave was, and then we can head back across the park. So we'll head a slightly different way home. This guy is just too cute. You're too cute, my friend. Yes. I've reached back on the footpath again, and we are actually overlooking Chepstow Racecourse. So if we look all the way down here in the distance, we can see Chepstow Racecourse. You can see the jumps and the track, and yeah, So, and this basically is to the side of the park, so we're going to be heading over down this way, but at the moment we're at a place called the Temple, and it looks like those remains of the building here, I can just about see on the ground. There's supposedly an octagonal building here where all the sheep occupying now, but we've got these temple gates as well. So before the road was built, there's a road just the other side of it, which is what I've just walked along to get to here, from the upper section. They would have come this way out of the woods, and this comes up from the Giant's Cave we were at earlier. So I think that's where we're going to head down now and see what viewpoints along here. There's supposed to be Lover's Leap, which is another viewpoint. So yeah, and hopefully it's downhill from here on. Definitely nice to be back out on a openish footpath, but yeah, I can see why they might have called this Lover's Leap. The drop down to my left hand side is quite precarious to say the least. If we get closer, should we get closer? But yeah, it's a long way down there, that's for sure. But this is really pretty walking through here. It's just like nice open trees, the sunlight's just sort of capturing down. Looks like we found a little bit of a viewpoint. I guess this is the real Lover's Leap, which I'm coming to, you can't see yet. But you'll see in a second. You can see we're opening up a little bit. Look at that view behind me. There's the Wye Valley. Looks beautiful out there, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. I guess it would be better if we had some water in the river, but yeah, it's I'm guessing the tide still comes up this far. Probably ought to check on the map, but I don't know. But yeah, again, it's a long way down, so I'm not going to chance it. I'm not taking that leap, but I'm just going to stand here a minute and take in the view. A really good spot too to actually try out some panorama photography. So I did a little bit of experimenting with panorama and HDR. Just had a play. The sheep are all here saying hello to me. I'm about to rejoin the main path now. Giant's Cave is actually behind me somewhere. And the main path, we'll just go up to it now really, so I try and trip and not fall as we come down here. So yeah, I've actually done full circle. So that way behind me, Giant's Caves, and then this way, back the way we came. So I guess we're going to go this way, but only so far. We're going to go past the Druid's Temple, and then we're going to be turning right up onto quite a nice sort of common area, open landscape, and you'll see the house which used to belong to this estate as well, which is no longer, sadly. It's not been occupied for probably about 100 years now. Sadly left to ruin. It is a grade 1 listed building, but yeah, sadly it went into disrepair, no one lived there. So yeah, quite sad really that we still got buildings like this that are, you know, have been around for hundreds of years. But yeah, now they're just left in ruin, sadly. Preserved. It'd be nice if something was done about it, but no. But really enjoyed this walk. It's been really nice to get out. Makes me feel good as well. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, mental health is a, you know, it's a positivity to get out into nature. Exercise within your limits. I've probably done about 6 miles today, so well within my limits. I think if I was doing it all day I'd do a little bit longer. We could have done the Eagle's Nest and that sort of thing, but I think this is fine for the moment. Just getting some exercise, getting out with the phone camera, doing a bit of photography, walking past all these cliffs, trees. It's great though, I love it. So I definitely encourage you guys, get out there, enjoy yourself, take your camera. Well, there's a big drop down there, don't know if you can see it. It's another long way down. But yeah, get out there, enjoy the countryside. Find some places to do photography in the future. Just take your camera and do some photography now. Don't take your camera, just get out and walk. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video so far. And just remind you, if you're new, go to the YouTube channel if you're watching this on Facebook. If you're on YouTube already, click the like button, it really helps, really appreciate it. Click the subscribe button, it's free, it really supports the channel. I really appreciate your support. It actually means quite a lot to me to know that you guys enjoy the videos I'm putting up and you want to come along with me on these little trips. Just look at this landscape. Isn't it amazing? And this house. And once upon a time it used to be connected to buildings either side, and that seems to have disappeared, but there would have been a lower section that connected the two buildings together. You can probably see it a little bit on the walls. There's a little bit of a dip, shall we say, on the wall. So the lower part would have been building connecting to the main building. But yeah, such a shame. Well, I have biscuits, I have coffee, wonderful view. What more could you want? Perfect. The sun is out, it's been out all day, it's a beautiful weekend, so really nice. So it's probably where I'm going to end my little vlog today. I've got a little bit of a walk back, which is going to be heading in that direction over there, so slightly different way from when we came. So we kind of when we originally came, we came through the woods around the bottom of here, and then we're going to head back over the main park, come out the main gates, and then head back to where I live. So but I don't think there's really too much to see other than this lovely park here, but do carry on watching. Hopefully if I had some good pictures, because I never know till I've got them back and edited them. Then I'll be putting them all at the end here. Hopefully you've seen some as they've gone through, but yeah, I'll probably put them all together as a slideshow at the end of the video. So hopefully you enjoy those. I'd love to get your feedback on them, as always appreciate your feedback. And yeah, hopefully we'll do another one like this soon, hopefully when everything clears up and we can get out a little bit more. That'll be really good. So in terms of editing, all I'm really going to do is put them through, because I've done them on my mobile, I'll keep them on the mobile. I'll edit them in Lightroom for mobile, and then I won't really do much to them. I'll just probably you know, tweak the highlights, tweak the shadows, tweak the contrast, tweak the sort of blacks and the shadows and the whites, just make them as they should be. I don't like to over process, but hopefully you enjoyed them. And if you do, don't forget to subscribe, click like, share this video with your friends, very much appreciated. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, bye bye.